The Royal Rumble is a professional wrestling pay-per-view and live-streaming event, produced annually since 1988 by WWE, the world's largest professional wrestling promotion. It is named after the Royal Rumble match, a modified battle royal in which the participants enter at timed intervals instead of all beginning in the ring at the same time. The event is held in late January. After the initial 1988 event was broadcast as a television special on the USA Network, the Royal Rumble has been shown on PPV since the 1989 event. It also became available to live stream on the WWE Network in 2015 and on Peacock in 2022. It is one of WWE's 5 biggest events of the year, along with WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Money in the Bank, referred to as the Big Five. The Royal Rumble match is generally contested as the main event match of the annual event. There are some exceptions, such as the 1988, 1996, 1997, 1998, 2006, and 2013 events. In most of these cases, the main event was a World Championship match. While originally only for men, a women's version of the Royal Rumble match was held as the main event at the 2018 event, which was also the first event to have 2 Rumble matches on one card. It is now standard for the event to include both a men's and women's Rumble match on the card. Production. Background. The Royal Rumble is an annual gimmick event, produced every January by WWE since 1988. It is one of the promotion's original 4 pay-per-views, along with WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, originally dubbed the Big Four, and as of August 2021, it is considered one of the Big Five, along with Money in the Bank. It is named after the Royal Rumble match, a modified battle royal in which the participants enter at timed intervals instead of all beginning in the ring at the same time. The 2022 event was the 35th event in the Royal Rumble chronology and was scheduled to be held on Saturday, January 29 at the Dome at America's Center in St. Louis, Missouri. It featured wrestlers from the Raw and SmackDown brands. In addition to airing on PPV worldwide and the WWE Network in international markets, it was the first Royal Rumble to air on Peacock after the American version of the WWE Network merged under Peacock in March 2021. The Royal Rumble match generally features 30 wrestlers and the winner traditionally earns a World Championship match at that year's WrestleMania. For 2022, the men and women could choose which World Championship to challenge for at WrestleMania 38. The men could choose Raw's WWE Championship or SmackDown's Universal Championship, while the women could choose the Raw Women's Championship or SmackDown Women's Championship. In September 2021, NXT was rebranded as NXT 2.0 and reverted to being WWE's developmental territory. While NXT's championships, the NXT Championship and NXT Women's Championship, were eligible choices for the Rumble winners in 2020 and 2021, they were not eligible choices for the 2022 Royal Rumble. Storylines. The event included matches that resulted from scripted storylines, where wrestlers portrayed heroes, villains, or less distinguishable characters in scripted events that built tension and culminated in a wrestling match or series of matches. Results were predetermined by WWE's writers on the Raw and SmackDown brands, while storylines were produced on WWE's weekly television shows, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. At Day 1, Brock Lesnar defeated Bobby Lashley, Seth freakin' Rollins, Kevin Owens, and defending champion Big E in a fatal 5-way match to win Raw's WWE Championship. This was originally scheduled as a fatal 4-way match, but Lesnar was added due to his scheduled match against SmackDown's Universal Champion Roman Reigns being cancelled as Reigns tested positive for COVID-19. On the following episode of Raw, Lesnar reunited with Paul Heyman, who announced that Lesnar's first challenger for the title would be determined by a fatal 4-way match between Big E, Lashley, Owens, and Rollins. Lashley won the bout to face Lesnar for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. At Day 1, Beth Phoenix appeared to aid her husband and fellow WWE Hall of Famer, Edge, when he was being attacked by Maryse while he was engaged in a match with The Miz. Edge ultimately won the match. On the following Raw, Miz and Maryse berated Edge and Phoenix, with the latter challenging Miz and Maryse to a mixed tag team match at the Royal Rumble. Miz accepted, despite Maryse's displeasure. At Day 1, Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan to retain the Raw Women's Championship. On the following Raw, Morgan confronted Lynch, wanting another rematch. Bianca Belair interrupted, also wanting a championship match due to her unsettled rivalry with Lynch that began at the 2021 SummerSlam. A brawl then ensued. Later backstage, Doudrop confronted WWE officials Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville, demanding a title match herself as she was tired of Belair and Morgan always receiving opportunities. Pearce and Deville scheduled a triple threat match between Belair, Morgan, and Doudrop for the following week, with the winner facing Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. The match was won by Doudrop, thanks to Lynch attacking Belair. At Day 1, Jackass actor and stuntman Johnny Knoxville announced that he would be participating in the Men's Royal Rumble match. On the following SmackDown, Sami Zayn encountered Knoxville backstage and claimed that Knoxville was not qualified to compete in the Royal Rumble match, nor did he earn the opportunity to be in it. After Zayn lost his match that night, Knoxville ran down to the ring and threw Zayn over the top rope. Ring announcer Mike Rome then announced that Knoxville had officially qualified for the Royal Rumble match, much to Zayn's displeasure. On the January 7 episode of SmackDown, as Roman Reigns did not have a challenger for his Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble, WWE official Adam Pearce informed Reigns that he had selected his opponent. Reigns dismissed Pearce, stating he had already defeated everyone on the SmackDown roster. Later that night, Raw's Seth freakin' Rollins confronted Reigns in his locker room, laughing hysterically at Reigns, seemingly confirming he was Pearce's selection. On the January 10 episode of Raw, Rollins confirmed that he would be challenging Reigns for the Universal Championship at the Royal Rumble in an inter-brand matchup. On the January 21 episode of SmackDown, Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos by disqualification thanks to interference from Reigns, thus barring the Usos from ringside during the Universal Championship match as per the stipulation. Had Rollins and Owens lost, Rollins would have forfeited his championship opportunity. On the January 7 episode of SmackDown, Women's Champion Charlotte Flair revealed 18 of the women who would be competing in the Women's Royal Rumble match, including WWE Hall of Famers and veterans, and notably, reigning Impact Knockouts World Champion Mickie James, marking the first time WWE openly acknowledged one of Impact's championships on their canonical programming. Additionally, Flair declared that she would also participate in the match, stating that she would be the first reigning women's champion to win the Royal Rumble. While the winner traditionally earns a championship match at WrestleMania, Flair stated she would instead select her WrestleMania 38 opponent if she won. Event. Preliminary matches. The pay-per-view opened with Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Seth freakin' Rollins, with the Usos barred from ringside. Reigns entered first, followed by Rollins, who came out to the Shield's former entrance theme and gear and walking in through the crowd to taunt Reigns. Rollins drove Reigns through the announce table with a power bomb. Rollins performed a stomp on Reigns for a near fall. Rollins performed a pedigree on Reigns for a near fall. In the closing moments, Reigns applied the guillotine choke on Rollins, who grabbed the rope to void the submission. However, Reigns refused to release Rollins and was disqualified. Rollins won the match, but Reigns retained the title, as they do not change hands by disqualification unless stipulated. Following the match, Reigns viciously assaulted Rollins with a steel chair. Next was the Women's Royal Rumble match, where the winner earned a Women's Championship opportunity at WrestleMania 38. Sasha Banks started the match along with Melina, in her first WWE match since 2011. Banks eliminated Melina early as well as Kelly only for Queen Zelina to eliminate Banks. Instead of entering in the match, Sonya Deville sat at commentary. Cameron, in her first WWE appearance since 2016, entered at number 13. Deville then officially entered the match and eliminated Cameron, due to her ties with Naomi, who Deville had been feuding with on SmackDown. Naomi entered at number 14 and eliminated Deville, who later returned the favor to help eliminate Naomi. Ivory entered at number 18 in her right to censor gimmick and was quickly eliminated by Rhea Ripley. Impact Knockouts World Champion Mickie James entered at number 20 and was eliminated by Lita. Alicia Fox and Sarah Logan made their surprise returns at number 21 and 25, respectively, but were eliminated by the returning Bella Twins, Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. Summer Rae, who appeared on SmackDown prior to the event, reignited her rivalry with Natalya as she returned to the ring for the first time in over 6 years at number 23, but was eliminated by Natalya. Mighty Molly entered at number 27 and was attacked by Nikki Ash and was quickly eliminated. Ronda Rousey made a surprise return at number 28, her first appearance since WrestleMania 35 in April 2019. The final four were Flair, Rousey, Bianca Belair, and Shayna Baszler. Belair and Baszler were both eliminated by Flair. As Flair tried to eliminate Rousey, Rousey caught Flair and eliminated her to win the match and earn a Women's Championship opportunity at WrestleMania 38. After that, Becky Lynch defended the Raw Women's Championship against Doudrop. In the end, Lynch performed the manhandle slam from the top rope on Doudrop to retain the title. In the fourth match, Brock Lesnar defended the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. At the start of the match, Lesnar and Lashley performed German suplexes on each other. Lashley delivered 2 spears on Lesnar, who rolled outside the ring. As Lashley attempted to perform a spear on Lesnar through the barricade as he did at Day 1, Lesnar moved out of the way and Lashley crashed through the barricade. Back in the ring, Lesnar performed multiple German suplexes on Lashley. As Lashley applied in the Hurt Lock, Lesnar tried to free himself by pushing Lashley into a turnbuckle, inadvertently incapacitating the referee. Lesnar performed an F5 on Lashley which accidentally incapacitated the referee again. In the end, Roman Reigns entered the ring and performed a spear on Lesnar. Reigns signaled for Heyman to hand him the WWE Championship belt, which he did, double-crossing Lesnar. Reigns then struck Lesnar over the head with the belt, after which, Heyman walked off with Reigns, thus realigning with Reigns once again as his special counsel. Lashley pinned Lesnar to win the title for a second time. In the penultimate match, Edge and Beth Phoenix took on The Miz and Maryse in a mixed tag team match. During the match, while the referee was focused on Miz, Maryse struck Phoenix from behind with her purse for a near fall and also managed to perform a Hurricanrana on Edge from the top rope. Miz performed the skull-crushing finale on Edge for a near fall. In the end, Edge and Phoenix performed a double spear on Miz and performed a pair of glam slams on Miz and Maryse to win the match. Main event. The main event was the Men's Royal Rumble match for a World Championship match at WrestleMania 38. AJ Styles and Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura started the match. Johnny Knoxville entered at number 9 and went after Sami Zayn. After Knoxville took a couple of finishers from other wrestlers, he was eliminated by Zayn, who was then eliminated by Styles. Omos entered at number 11 and eliminated a few entrants. The others ganged up on Omos to eliminate him, including Styles. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss helped each other in eliminating some competitors. Drew McIntyre made a surprise return from injury at number 21 and eliminated Corbin and Moss as revenge for them injuring him a few weeks earlier. Kofi Kingston entered at number 24 but was eliminated in 20 seconds due to a botched spot. He attempted to land on the outside barricade but both feet accidentally hit the floor. In his first appearance since WrestleMania 37 the previous year, reggaeton singer Bad Bunny entered at number 27 as a surprise entrant and eliminated Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. Shane McMahon, also in his first appearance since WrestleMania 37, entered at number 28 as a surprise entrant and eliminated Kevin Owens. Brock Lesnar then entered as the surprise number 30 entrant and eliminated Randy Orton and Bad Bunny, bringing the final four to himself: McIntyre, McMahon, and Riddle. Lesnar eliminated Riddle and McMahon before having a stare-down with McIntyre, the same man who eliminated Lesnar in the 2020 Royal Rumble. McIntyre missed a Claymore kick and Lesnar threw McIntyre over the top rope with an F5 to win the match and earn a World Championship match at WrestleMania 38, becoming the fourth person to win from the number 30 spot. This made Lesnar the ninth two-time Royal Rumble winner, his first win being in 2003. This also made him the first person to lose their World Championship and then win the eponymous match in the same night. Among the other multi-time Royal Rumble winners, Lesnar also set a record for the longest time between Royal Rumble wins at 19 years. He also set the record for the least amount of time spent in the Royal Rumble before winning it. He was in the match for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, beating Edge's 2010 record by 5 minutes and 7 seconds. Reception. The men's Royal Rumble match was widely panned by fans due to what they felt was a lack of surprises and star power, with some listing it among the worst Royal Rumble matches in WWE history. Writing for Sports Illustrated, Brian Alvarez described the match as boring, calling it a pretty by-the-numbers generic Rumble. As the most notable thing about the match was how quickly they were rushing everything to get the show off the air by midnight ET. Even though the history of the Royal Rumble has shown that fudging the intervals is not something WWE has ever avoided, and doing it here would have left more time for the big moments at the end. Aftermath. On the following episode of Raw, Ronda Rousey pondered which title to challenge for, as she had heated history with both reigning champions. After Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch confronted Rousey and demanded she make her choice that night, Rousey responded that she would reveal her choice on SmackDown. There, Rousey announced that she would challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 38. Raw. Also on the following episode of Raw, Brock Lesnar revealed that he would be challenging Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania 38. However, he also challenged Bobby Lashley to a rematch for the WWE Championship that night due to the controversial finish of their Royal Rumble match. Lashley declined, however. WWE official Adam Pearce added Lesnar to the WWE Championship Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber. Seth freakin' Rollins was also added to the Chamber match due to technically defeating Reigns at the Royal Rumble. Lesnar won the Elimination Chamber match to regain the WWE Championship, thus converting his Universal Championship match against Reigns at WrestleMania into a winner-takes-all championship unification match. SmackDown. Drew McIntyre also continued his rivalry with Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss on SmackDown due to them almost ending his career at Day 1. Results. Women's Royal Rumble match entrances and eliminations. Raw. SmackDown. Hall of Famer. Impact Wrestling. Free agent. Winner.